Thank you for joining us today for the next episode of History Amnesia. Today we'll delve further into the Texas Caddo culture by examining their unique pottery. The origins of Caddo pottery can be traced back to 1300 BC, with the early Caddo potters primarily creating utilitarian vessels. Texas Caddo pottery carries on its utilitarian tradition and is unique, different from Arkansas and Louisiana Caddo pottery. Texas Caddo pottery generally shows more stability and fewer new types. So what does this tell us about them? It can allude to many things, but it reveals that tradition was of utmost significance. With fewer changes over time, they felt it was important to keep the traditions of their ancestors in their pottery making. Favored forms, such as carinated vessels, bowls and bottles that flare out from the base and then turn inward, and decorative styles persisted over the course of time. What different types of pottery did the Caddo create? Caddo potters made two kinds of pottery, fine ware and coarse ware, also known as utilitarian pottery. The coarse wares were ordinary cooking and storage pots made for everyday use. Local traditions and clay sources led to regional differences in decorative styles, vessel forms, and even the inclusion of specific motifs like spiro-engraved designs. This type of pottery, especially in the bottle form with a tall conical neck, features intricate designs. Just imagine an I Dream of Genie bottle and you have the basic shape. Concentric circles, nested arcs, spirals, squares, falcon warrior, winged serpents and dancing figures were common motifs meticulously engraved reflecting their culture and beliefs. Around the 6th century in Wales, much of the pottery used was imported. These items included late Roman wares like storage jars from the Mediterranean and North Africa, as well as Phoenician and African red slipware. While imported pottery was prevalent, a shift away from the importation is noted around 550 to 700 AD, suggesting a transition in pottery production and trade. This transition from imported to locally produced pottery ties in with the time period of Arthur II and his voyage to America. What's most intriguing is, the red slipware imported from Phoenicia and Africa is seen in Caddo pottery. Did the Welsh bring this with them and the Caddo began replicating it? Here's what we know. In northeast Texas, Caddo pottery is known for its red-slipped vessels, particularly prevalent during the Middle Caddo period, after 1200 AD. These vessels are frequently found at archaeological sites in East Texas, including those in the Red and Lower Sulphur River areas. A hematite-rich clay slip is applied to the vessel before firing, giving it a smooth, uniform appearance and a desirable color, often a polished, mirror-like finish. These vessels are considered fine ware, meaning they are well-crafted and often used for ceremonial or ritual purposes, found in burials and other significant contexts. And the practice of making these types of pottery spanned over 1,000 years, from approximately 800 to 1800 AD. So even though this process was more prevalent in 1200, it was practiced as early as 800 AD. Perhaps it was the blended Welsh and native descendants who carried on this tradition in eastern Texas around this time. Along with the red slip method, the Caddo used the coil method to create their pottery. Welsh pottery in the 6th century also used the coil method and pinching. The coil pottery method is a hand-building technique where cylindrical pieces of clay, called coils, are stacked and joined together to form a vessel. As the potter's wheel was not used during this period, slab, coil, and pinching techniques were more prevalent methods used for pottery construction during the Woodland and Mississippian periods. This allowed for a variety of forms and textures to be created, and as time passed, the Caddo pottery became distinctive and highly valued among others. Caddo pottery became a highly sought commodity throughout North America. It even reached France and Spain through the 18th century. Excavation in Texas revealed centuries of lost pottery. At the invitation of the Texas Archaeological Society, members of the Caddo Culture Club came and gazed upon the history that was so unfortunate to be lost to them over time. Inspired by what was revealed to them, they decided to make Caddo pottery once again. Today, the revival and tradition of creating Caddo pottery is being carried on by people like Jeraldine Redcorn. With no knowledgeable elders to guide her, she stated the techniques were incredibly hard to learn and master, but master it, she has, and it is her hope to keep the tradition going. She creates truly beautiful pieces that captures the spirit of her people, the Caddo. Thank you for watching this episode of History Amnesia. Please click the like and subscribe button and notification bell so that next time a video is posted, you'll be notified.